Hello guys, welcome back. So in this lecture, we are going to solve a question for the binary search, right? So in this video, we'll be solving a question where we will be having a sorted array, okay, sorted array of numbers basically, and then in the second parameter, we have to pass a number, which we will try to search in the array. If it does exist in that array, then we have to return the index, otherwise we have to return -1, okay. Same like we did in the, I think, linear search video, right? So here is a question. So it says like write a function called binary search which accepts a sorted array. Okay. So here we have to pass the sorted array, and as I mentioned already, like if you don't pass the sorted array, then it will simply fail, right? This binary search algorithm will simply fail. Okay, because it works only with the sorted arrays, right? Right. So and the value and a value and returns the index at which the value exists. Okay. Yeah. So here what it is saying, like we have to return the value, return the index of the value which we are passing in the second parameter. Okay, we have to return the index like at which that value exists in the array. Okay. So here if you see, we have passed an array, we have passed a number. So we have to find if the number exists in that array, then we have to return its index, right? So right now this 4 exists at the position 2. So we have to return 2. If it exists in the next example, we have 8, right? So here, okay, it's here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It exists at index 6. So we have to return 6. Okay. And -4, since -4 is not even there in the array, so we have to return -1. Okay. So let's try to solve this, okay, in a simple way. So first thing what we have to do, okay, I think it's not zoomed enough. Let me zoom it. Okay. So if you want, you can take a screenshot of this question, or it's a most common question, guys. Okay. So see, let me tell you one thing today. So in data structure algorithms, most of the time what happens, like you get a simple question, you get a question. Okay. So in internet, if you try to search it, you will get multiple solutions in multiple data structures and algorithms of the same question. Okay. So what like developers try to do, if you get a question, you try to solve it with the different patterns and different data structures, different algorithms. Okay. So the thing is that, okay, so that is why I picked the same question, so that you can relate with the problem statement, because this thing I've already solved with the help of linear search, right? Now I'm trying to solve it with the help of binary search. Okay. So in case if you want to get more questions, you can, then internet is for everyone, you can search the questions. Okay. And in case if you find any helpful resource which can be helpful for other developers as well, then you can drop that resource in the comment section as well. You're most welcome. So let's continue in the question, right? So we have to create a function called binary search, right? Let's copy this. I'll try to solve it in an easiest way, right? Because these things are not that much complicated actually. So here we have to pass an array, and then it is going to be number. Okay, second parameter will take it as number. Okay, so now what we have to do, if there is no array dot length, okay, first thing we have to handle the base case. If there is no, then we simply have to return -1. Okay, first thing, so which is the simplest one. Now we have to pick 3 points, right? Start, middle and end. So let's create them. Start, we have to store something here. Let's leave it for now. Middle, we have to store something here. Let's leave it for now. And then end, we have to store something here. Okay. Now in start, we are going to store array at position 0, right? As we already know by now. In middle, let's leave it for now. And array dot length -1. Okay. And it is going to be array at position array dot length -1. Okay. Or instead of storing the element at position 0, what we can do, we can store 0 as the start element, and then array dot length -1 as the end element. Okay, so it is going to be easy for us, because we'll be having the direct indexes, 0th index and the length -1 index, right? Now what about this middle? See, for middle, what we can do, we can simply sum up start and end, right? So let's actually calculate it after these two. Okay, so middle is going to be start plus end, and then we have to divide it by 2, divide by 2, and then we have to use math.floor. And why I have to use math.floor, because sometimes it can give you the like floating point numbers, right? And that can be problematic. So I don't want it to return actually any sort of floating point number, so that's why I'll use mat.floor. Okay, so I hope this much you guys can see already, right? Okay, so this way also you can create like variables. You can just declare it once and then you can separate them by comma. Okay, so all these variables are const variables right now, or I think I should not use const, I should use let, because we are going to update the start and then middle index more often, right? Okay, so yeah, now we have to run a loop. We can take while loop, we can take for loop. So for loop will run only once, right? And that is what actually we don't want. We want it to run for certain conditions. So for that, while loop will be the better solution. Okay, while loop we are going to write here. Okay, so yeah, first thing what I want to do, I will return a value if array at position middle. Array is the only one, right? Array at position middle, if it matches with the number, okay, then I have to return the middle index. Otherwise I have to return -1. That means we didn't found that element itself. Okay, so this is the thing which we are going to return at the end. Okay, now the only thing which is left here is like moving the start and end elements according uh, like basically to search the number, right? So let's quickly write that, because that is the only thing which is left right now. Okay, while array at position middle, this is going to be the first condition, is not equals to num. Okay, this is the first condition, because if it matches array at position middle matches with the num, then we have to right away return that middle, right? Otherwise we don't have to we have to return -1, right? Okay, so this is going to be first condition, and second condition is going to be start is smaller than equals to end. If it is smaller than or equals to end, then only we are going to loop through it. Otherwise, if it is start is greater than end or end is smaller than start, then we are not going to loop it, right? So this is how we are going to loop it. Now we have to write few conditions. Okay, here what we will do, if array at position start, okay, if the element which we are trying to pass, okay, which we are trying to search basically, which is num right now. Okay, num. So here what we have to do, we have to think a little bit. Okay, if the number which you are trying to search, if it is greater than the start, or we can say if it is greater than the middle. Okay, if it is greater than the middle, what we have to do, that means it is going into the second half, right? So in that case we have to move start point towards the left side, right, or towards the right side, right? So if the number is greater than the start, okay, so in that case what we have to do, um, start equals to middle plus 1. Okay, so if the number is greater than start, then start we have to update as middle plus 1, because from the middle element we are going to move towards the second half, right? Otherwise what we will do, else what we have to do, uh, and equals to, what to say, where is that, middle -1. Okay, otherwise what we will do, uh, if the number is like smaller than the middle number, okay, that means it lies somewhere in between the first half. So in that case, we are going to update the end number as the middle number minus 1. Okay, that means we are going to search in the first half itself. Okay, and at the end, what we have to do, we have to calculate the middle again. Okay, I think middle I have not misspelled, right? So again, we are going to use the same thing. Yeah, I'll just copy it here. Okay, so this is the whole logic which we have to do, right? So there is nothing much. You just have to think a little bit and then you can solve it right away, right? See, as you can see, I have solved it right away. Okay, so let's try to use this and then let's see whether it works or not. Okay, so console log, let me zoom it a little bit. Okay, I think it is zoomed enough. Let me pull it up. Okay, so here binary search, and then let's use this whole thing and let's see how it goes. Okay, so right now, as you can see, it is giving me the index of 4, which is 2, and that is what the output requires, right? Now let's try with some other, the same array we are passing. I hope 8 we have to pass, right? So let's pass 8. See, if I'm passing 8, then also I'm getting the index of that number, which is 6, right? Now let's try to pass a number which doesn't exist. Okay, so let's pass minus 4. Minus 4, and as you can see, since the minus 4 is not there, okay, if it is not there, then we have to return the index as minus 1. So minus 1 simply means that the number doesn't exist in the array, right? So this thing we have already seen, I think, in the linear search question. Okay, so as you can see, we have already implemented the logic of binary search with the help of divide and conquer, right? Because this pattern is divide and conquer, right? If you remember from the divide and conquer video. Okay, now let's try to understand a little bit like what's going on here. Okay, so I'll first log the middle element. Okay, what is going inside the array and how we are updating it. Okay, so let me quickly just add a string as well. Okay, so let's first run any of these questions. See, middle is 4 right now. 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, 5 6 7 8. So this time it took the middle as 0 1 2 3 4, this particular element, and then it checked whether the element which we are trying to search, if it is greater than 6 or smaller than 6. If it is greater than 6, then it will update the index, like it will update the index of the end variable as the 5. Okay, if it is smaller, like greater than 6, then it will update the index of the middle or the start as the 6 plus 1 or middle plus 1, as per our logic. Now let's see what is the condition I have wrote here. Okay, see, I already told you like the best way to understand everything, if it is like if you want to understand anything, is to just console log their values. Okay, and in case if you're not getting the values in console log, or in case you are unable to understand the values in the console log, then you can simply use the debugger, right? These tools are for us only. Okay, no one is stopping us to use them, right? So values here, and then okay, so let's hit it again. Okay, so value is the middle point it took is 6, right? As per this one, array dot middle is 6, so this is the midpoint right now. Okay, the value, the number which we have passed was minus 4, which is this one, so this is what we are getting. Start index was 0, okay, and end index was 8, which is length minus 1. Okay, because array is 0 base, so we have to obviously pass length minus 1, right? Now in the second array, what it have done is like it have found the number which we are trying to pass is smaller than the number, smaller than the midpoint, right? I think it is somewhere here. This is the condition. See, array at middle, which is 6, it is smaller than the number. If it is the thing, then what it will do, it will update the start number from middle plus 1, that is 6 position of 6, which is 4, 4 plus 1 5, right? So the start will start from here, end will be the same, and then middle will be calculated based on 7 7th index and then 10 elements index divided by 2. Okay, so it will try to find a middle element somewhere here. Okay, so this is, I think, what it does. So right now it is trying to find the element in the first half, since the number which we are trying to search is smaller than the array at position middle. Okay, so that is why the end element got updated as middle minus 1. So middle index was 4, right? Middle index was 4. So the end is middle minus 1. That means 4 minus 1, 3. So the end index right now is 3. Okay, and then start index as usual is 0. Okay, and then the number which you have passed is minus 4. Okay, and what is this 3? End index, right? So this is the end index. Array at position 3, I think array at position middle 0 1 2 3. So it is giving me 3. That means which index it took? I'm a little bit confused here. Okay, 0 1 2 0 1 2 3. It should be 5, right? But it is giving 3. So where it is coming from? Array at position middle, num start end, right? Array at position middle. So it must be something somewhere here, right? Anyways, let's move on to the next line. Okay, or what we can do, let's not move on to the next line. Okay, let's see what is happening here. Okay, so array at position middle, and then we are updating it, and then okay, and then we are updating it, right? So in order to get the correct value, we have to update here, right? We have to add a log here. Okay, so what I have done is, like, before updating everything, I have added a log here. Okay, that is why I was not getting the proper values. So let's just comment this thing. Okay, or we can say before and after. Okay, before and after. So let's comment it for now, otherwise there will be too many console logs and then we'll simply get confused, right? Okay, see, okay, so what we have here is array at position middle. So middle is going to be start, and let's see what is the middle right now. Okay, start and middle, array at position middle, and then number, let's move it at the beginning. Okay, now we'll have a clear cut idea what is going on in this one, right? Now the number which we have passed is minus 4. Array at position middle is 6, right? So this one, basically, start element was 0, end element was 3. Okay, end element, so end was 3. Okay, so it is basically after this modification. Okay, let's just uncomment this one as well, so that we can see what happened before, what happened after the modification, right? So here I'll just pass middle. Okay, array at position this, and then num I'll move in the beginning. Okay, now let's run it. Oh, let's stretch a little bit. Okay, so yeah, values here before and after. Before, number was this, middle index was this, start index was this, and index was this. Okay, and what is this one? Middle index was this. Okay, middle index is minus 4, right? Which is this one. Now after updation, after checking whether the number is in the first half or in the second half, it got updated accordingly. So now what is this one? Let me quickly check. Okay, so array at number, and then array at position middle. So okay, so array at position, that middle number right now here is 6. Okay, so middle number is obvious. Middle number right now is like 4 only. Middle index is 4 only. Okay, so array at position middle is 4, and then starting index is 0, and the end index is 3. Okay, and because we are updating, I think we are updating the middle index somewhere here. Okay, I again did a silly mistake because I have added a console log before updating the middle, right? So I actually had to add the log here, right, at the very end after updating the middle as well. Because what I have done is, like, before updating the middle, I have added the console log. Okay, so it was giving me the old middle index, right? Yeah, now it will give us the clear cut answer. So this is the number which we have passed. This is the middle element. Okay, this is the start index, this is the end index, and this is the middle index. Okay, after updation, after finding whether the number is in first half or second half, this is the array at position middle. Okay, this is the start index, this is the end index. So earlier the end index was 8, right? Right now the end index is 3. Why it is 3? Because of this line. Okay, middle minus 1. So we are trying to check the number in the first half right now. Okay, and then the middle index is 1, like 0 1. This is the middle index right now. Okay, now again it went into the while loop. Here again we are trying to check. We are seeing like the number minus 4 is still smaller than the middle number, right? So we are again going into the like first half. So this is the first half right now. Okay, and now in the next first half it is going to be somewhere here. Okay, so this here somewhere it will be. Okay, so here what is the thing, like the array at position middle is 2. So this is considered as the middle element right now because we don't have any other element before this, right? So array at position start is 0, array at position end is 0, and index is 0. So start and everything is this 0 only, right? Because this is considered as the middle element and we are trying to search before the middle element, right? So we are basically trying to search here. So here we just have one element, so start and middle everything is this particular numbers index, right? So I think that makes sense, right? That is why, see, it is unable to find the number here at the middle position itself. Then this line will get executed here at array at position middle. It is not matching with the number, so we are getting -1 here. Now let's understand a little bit about the number 8. Okay, so see, it just took I think 2 loops only, right? So the middle number was 6 and the middle index was 4. Okay, start index was 0, end index was 8, and the number which we have passed is 8. Okay, now it calculated like the number which we have passed is greater than 6, right? Array at position middle, which is this one, right? So what it does, like it is now omitting the first half, it is searching the value in the second half. So the start index, it have updated the start index. So basically this loop, this block. Okay, so start index is now is middle plus 1. Okay, so middle was 4, so start index is 4 plus 1, that is 5. So it will be 0 1 2 3 4 and then 5. I think this one. Oh no, sorry, this one. Okay, so start element is going to be this one, end element is going to be this one. So basically this half, in this half it will try to look that value. Okay, now here the number which we have passed is 8. I think array at position middle is 8. Okay, so index array at position the middle index is 6. Okay, so 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this is the middle number right now because we had 4 elements, so it took this one as the middle element. Okay, so the start index is this one, end index is this one, and middle index is this one. Okay, so since the middle index itself is matching with the value which we have passed, so it have written the index of that particular middle element. So 0 1 2 3 4 5 6, the index of middle element is 6, right? So that is why it is giving us if the array at position middle matches with the number. That is what it is happening here right now. Okay, so we have to return middle, otherwise we have to return -1. Okay, so I hope you guys are clear with this, and if not, then I'll attach the snippet of this solution in the description. Okay, make sure to go check it out, experiment, based on your creativity, and then you can learn about it. It's not that much hard, right? So yeah, this is it for today's video. And by the way, I think I forgot to tell you about the big O notation of this, right? So complexity will be big O of log n. Okay. And if you remember from the video where I have attached, I think I have attached or not, the logarithmic chart. So log n is like also a better solution, right? It comes like after like O of n, sorry, O of 1. Okay. So let's see a logarithmic chart, or it's big O chart. It's not log chart. Okay. So here we go. So let's pick any of these. Pick let's pick this one. This one have some color separation, so this one looks good. Okay, let me zoom it a little bit so you guys can see. Right. See here. Okay, so I hope you guys can see it now, right? So here, as you can see, like O of log n comes right after O of n. If it is O of n, then this particular region, this light green region is O of log n. This dark region is O of n, which is constant number of times. That means like it doesn't matter how long is the input size is, the output is going to be constant only, right? So O of log n is also similar. See, it doesn't matter like how long the input is, it is only ending up in 3-4 steps only, right? The while loop is breaking the array into the half, and in like at like what to say, in 3-4 steps only it will convert it into the single number. Okay, that is why it is ending up in just 3 to 4 loops, 3 4 5 loops, maximum 6 7 loops. Okay, so like it doesn't matter like how long the array is, it is going to end up in just few steps. Okay, so that is why the complexity is O of log n, and it is also considered as the best complexity after constant time. Okay, which is O of 1. Okay, so in case if you don't have this, then make sure to take a screenshot of this as well. Okay, just take a screenshot of this. See, green means excellent, right? So now I'm closing it, right? Okay, so this is it for this lecture. See you in the next one.